This is Baking with Shannon today. How you doing? My name is Shannon Gilmore and welcome to Positively Spiritual. Welcome to my kitchen. Now, I'm expecting company later on this afternoon, so I might not be doing a live, so I just wanted to put this out there for you guys, for those of you. This is just something fun. I'm making flatbread sandwiches today, and I've got just dough. It's whole wheat flour. See inside my cupboards here. Whole wheat flour, that's all it is. Organic almond milk and coconut oil. That's it. That's what you need to make your dough. That's it, because we're making flatbread. Flatbread is so good for you. Not flatbread, but what I meant to say is whole wheat flour is so good for you. So you just make a dough and then you just pinch some off. Okay, so let me move this stuff. And I'm going to talk to you guys about narcissism while I do this, okay? So just bear with me. So what we got here is just our little dough piece, just round piece of dough. For those of you guys who like cooking, eating healthy, you gotta like cooking, right? It's awesome eating healthy. And so you want to roll it out, but I need a bigger piece, okay? So I like big flatbread pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna just fold that back in there and put that in. We're gonna try again. Okay, so let's get to it, because if you ever wondered why a narcissist seems drawn to you, why they latch onto your empathy like it's oxygen. Your empathy is the air that they breathe. They need it, they survive on it, they thrive on it. They can't go without you. But that's not something to be drawn to yourself. Don't be drawn to the narcissist just because they need you in that way. They twist your good intentions. They use your empathy against you. And if you recognize that this is what the narcissist does, this talk is for you. Welcome everyone. You are joining me in my kitchen. Mi casa es su casa, right? And I need some, that's what I need. Before we go further, I need some flour. Because what I need flour is, hang on a sec. Because my dough is sticking to my rolling pin. So I got my oven nice and hot, and I have my plate. All right, so I use just a cast iron pan for this, but you can use a fry pan, you can use a baking sheet, you can use whatever you need to use. So what I'm going to do is just sprinkle some flour on this so it doesn't stick. Okay, there we go. Now we can finish rolling it out. Okay, I've never done this before. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, everyone. So welcome to Positively Spiritual. How y'all doing? All right, so we're gonna walk. we're gonna walk you through this, okay? If you have ever found your narcissist or the narcissist that you know, if you've ever wondered why they seem to thrive on your empathy, and well, it's because they eventually weaponize your empathy against you, okay? We're going to take a look into what it means to be empathetic. empathetic, okay? Not an empath. I don't believe in people being empaths. That's something that's, romanticizing having your empathy hijacked to use in hypervigilance to become aware of danger. We'll talk about that in another video, but I want to talk about what it means to be empathetic and conscientious in a world where people can and will exploit these things, these very traits against you for their own gain, and that's what's happening. Okay, so we have our flatbread here. That's what it looks like. Ta-da! Okay, but we gotta heat this baby up. So we'll let that sit for about 5 minutes. Get nice and hot. Get nice and hot. So let's just start off with talking about how your empathy is a gift. All right, it's your divine ability to step into someone's world, to feel what they feel, to respond with compassion and love. And it's not something you learn in school. It's something that your soul is wired for. Hi, Jeanette. We're doing this early because I'm expecting company and I already canceled yesterday's live video, so I didn't want to do that today. So we're going to talk until my company gets here. So you guys are watching me make my flatbread sandwiches for lunch and dinner, my one meal deal kind of thing. So thank you for joining in, everyone. So here's what no one teaches you. No one teaches you that not everyone is worthy of your empathy. I'm just going to go to my fridge and get some ingredients for the flatbread while we wait for this plate to heat up. So nobody tells you that your empathy is going to be used against you. When you get involved in a relationship with somebody, I mean, you're in it to win it. And you know that, like, nobody tells you that, hey, expect your empathy to be used against you, and not everybody is worthy of your empathy, and you've got to figure that out. So we're not taught that, oh, by the way, there's people in this world that weaponize your empathy against you, so look out. No, you kind of, when you're set into this world, when your parents, say, bye-bye, go be an adult, go do to you, we are kind of flying by the seat of our pants, left to our own devices, and no one teaches you that, oh, there's predators that come along and use your empathy against you and weaponize it. So when you love people deeply, you're carrying the traits of your family home with you. When you love someone, you're like, oh, this feels so special, this feels so wonderful, this is just so awesome. When you love deeply, you love deeply. And that predator, that narcissist, they mirror you. When you give compassion, they feign pain. When you show up, they disappear, only to pull you back in when they need their fix. It's not about you, it's all about them. When they need you, they'll come running. But when you need them, they'll run away. And the sick part of this is they make you feel like you're the problem. Oh yeah. Narcissists are exceptional at mimicking your values. They don't actually share your values. They know how to portray themselves as, yeah, this is, I'm you, you're me, we're gonna get together, we're gonna be a happy family, we're gonna, hang on a sec, I'm just grabbing a plate. Sorry about the noise. It's like They lead you to believe that they are somebody that they are not and can never will and never can never be. I mean, and they're so good at this because nobody teaches us that there's people opposite of us. So if you value kindness, they'll exploit that. They'll talk about how important kindness is for them. If you're loyal, they'll swear you're the only one who has ever let them in, and they have let nobody else in their walls, those emotional walls, except for you. If you're conscientious, they'll praise your consistency. You know, you're the only one that shows up for me. You're the only one that drives me back and forth. Like nobody picks me up and drives me to work. You're the only one that I can rely on. Thank you so much. Well, that they'll say this to you until they start demanding you're over functioning of them, until they start demanding more and more and more and more. Hey DXR, nice to see you. Welcome. We're doing this video live early because I'm expecting company. So you guys are watching me make some flatbread sandwiches. Yum. So we're gonna talk while I do some cooking here. So what happens, like what does this do? This lets you feel seen. You feel like finally somebody gets me. Like I finally found this person who I can have a relationship with. Like this is pretty cool. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God, for this heaven sent person. But let's not get this twisted, as this is what we do. They're not understanding your heart. It's not your heart that they love. They want to own your heart, to use your heart for their disposal at whatever their own whim, whatever they wanted to use it for. They want to have access to your heart. Ooh, that's hot. They want to have access to your empathy, your sympathy, your unconditional love. So once you're in, once you've shown that you are emotionally invested, that's when the game changes. The love bombing fades, the flattery becomes criticism, and the support turns to obligation. Suddenly, you're bending over backwards, walking on eggshells, doing mental gymnastics just to keep the peace. And why? Why? Because they've suddenly made you responsible for their emotions. You have now become responsible for their pain, and you have become responsible for their healing. They may say things like this when you interject and you say, well, I just can't keep up anymore. I just can't keep doing this. They say, well, I told you I had trust issues. You know, I've been hurt before. You know, if you really cared, you'd be patient with me. Doesn't that sound familiar, right? This isn't a partnership. This is emotional enslavement. So here's where the role of conscientious comes in. If empathy is the heart of who you are, conscientiousness is kind of the spine. You follow through with things. Your word is your bond. You care about doing right. You take responsibilities for things that you say, you do, and you make the right, or you make the wrong right. You show up. You show up for yourself. You show up for others. But when all of this do-gooding is in the hands of a manipulator, your sense of duty becomes your prison. They'll make their chaos your job to fix. Their insecurities are now your fault. It's your responsibility to deal with them. And their silence, well, then that's your burden. And because you're wired to care, you stay. You work harder. You self-reflect. You overfunction. All the while, they coast. They play the victim and collect your strength like currency. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just putting flour on the flatbread here. Oh, you guys can't even see that. There. Now you can see. Hey, Diane. Nice to see you. We're doing this video early because I have company coming over in just a little bit. And so I wanted to just get this started so you guys have something to entertain you while I'm gone. So with the narcissist coasting and playing the victim, they collect your strength like currency. Oh yeah, and they take and they take and they take. It's like you're a bank. So let's talk about the guilt hook, because this is one of the most potent weapons in the narcissist arsenal. Need a little bit more flour here. I'll just put it down like that. So if they know that if you can feel guilty for the things that they say and the things that they do, you'll fold. You'll hold yourself accountable to helping them with their problems. You'll hold yourself responsible for making them feel better. And you'll stay. You'll give in. So they frame everything in emotional terms. You try to set a boundary and they say, well, you're abandoning me. Why are you doing this to me now? Everything was fine before. You pull away to protect your peace, and they say, well, it's obvious you never cared to begin with. You never cared about me. Suddenly you're the one apologizing, right? But here's the truth. Guilt is only valid when you've done something wrong. Let me say that again. Guilt is only valid when you have done something wrong. Blackbird. See how thin it is? It's not paper thin, but so let's check. Flipped it over. So the real shift begins when you stop believing that their pain is your responsibility. It's not your job to fix someone who refuses to heal, and acknowledgement is not healing. Just because they let you know, oh yeah, I've been traumatized. Oh yeah, I've been through this, I've been through that, and they're not healing, they're not doing anything to help themselves. It's not your burden to bear. It's not your burden to carry someone who's walking in circles on purpose. You're not meant to carry them. And it's not love when you're the only one who is doing the work and helping them. You don't have to stop being empathetic. That's not what this is. You continue to be you, but you don't have to harden your heart either. Okay? You just pull back your empathy. You know, be aware of the verbal gameplay and don't fall into it. But I'm nothing without you. You'll survive. But nobody does this as good as you can. Well, you're going to have to either find somebody else who can or try to do it yourself, because I'm unavailable. Hi, Sophia. I'm doing well. How are you doing? So the reason why the narcissist is able to use you, because you're susceptible. You're susceptible to their guilt tripping, their game playing, their predatory ways. Excuse me. It's because you could not see that your empathy could be used towards you too. Your lack of using your empathy towards yourself is what made you vulnerable. It's that open door. Now it's time to close it. So empathy isn't a weakness. It's wisdom when paired with discernment. Conscientiousness isn't servitude. It's sacred when it's guided by boundaries. Have those healthy boundaries. You don't stop being caring just because somebody hurt you. That's not what this is. You don't stop being you just because somebody manipulated your kind, loving qualities. Okay, that's not what this is. You don't stop showing up for people. You don't stop showing up for yourself just because there's people in this world who want to tear you down. You don't become cold. You become smarter by being clear. You start seeing your boundaries. You start seeing your own boundaries. Instead of putting boundaries, okay, keep those boundaries up that you put for other people, but see them as they are a boundary marker for you too. Resilience. Hello, nice to see you. So your comeback, if you've been through all of this, and you have, I mean, goes part and parcel with the territory of being in any sort of relationship with the narcissist. If your empathy has been turned against you, if your conscientiousness has been manipulated into obligation, well, then can I just say this? I'm going to tell you the truth right now. You're not broken. You're not foolish. You're not weak. You're a soul who is now waking up to the difference between being good and being used. Yeah. Wow. That kind of says it all right there, doesn't it? Yeah. So your comeback begins when you decide your empathy is sacred. Stop taking yourself for granted and start loving yourself. Treat yourself as a decent human being. Don't expect other people to treat you decently. You treat yourself decently first. And when you place boundaries, not to push people away, but when you place boundaries on yourself, you are protecting your peace. Okay? That's exactly what you're doing. You're protecting your peace, you're protecting your heart, your mind, your soul. And when you do this, you realize, hey, I can still love you. I can still love you without you wrecking me. I love myself and I love you equally, and I'm not going to, if I wouldn't let anybody wreck you, why would I let you wreck me? See how the power shifts? That's when the narcissist loses their grip. That's when they either stay or walk away. And that's when you come back to yourself. So empathy and conscientiousness are beautiful gifts that you have been given by God himself, because these are within him. And they are the path that leads to wisdom. Never again let anyone use your good heart to keep you in a bad place, okay? And never forget the very traits that they tried to exploit. Well, these same things are the very traits that are going to set you free. Hi, Aziza, nice to see you. Welcome, everyone. So understand that empathy is your superpower. It always has been, always will be. It cannot be taken away from you. And it's time to start using your empathy towards yourself. So, let me show you, in closing, let me show you, wow, I just look like all puffy. Huh. Sorry. So let me show you what this looks like. This is the flatbread, okay? And you can roll it up. So what you do is just, I got some lettuce, I got some carrots, I got tomato. I'm gonna make some hummus, and I'm gonna roll it up and have that for lunch. So with that said, and I've got my apple cinnamon spice organic stack, I think it's stash tea here, and yeah, just in time for my company to arrive. It's 12 o'clock, and they said they would be here about 12 o'clock. So that's my time, everyone. I will see you tonight at 10 o'clock in the evening. Have a good day. I love you, and I'll take some pictures and let you see how these turn out. There's nothing like home cooked meals from God's table to ours. Enjoy your day. I love you all. See you later. Bye-bye.